Good evening from the Scottish Highlands. It's currently coming up on 4 p.m. and today, as you can tell from the amount of wind that's gathering all around me and rustling the branches, Storm Bram is on its way in. It's a North Atlantic hurricane, and hopefully it passes overhead and doesn't cause any damage. It is supposed to hit the west coast a lot harder than what we're going to get here on the east coast, so hopefully everyone is okay once it passes. But you might be thinking at home, you know, isn't this all a bit gloomy? The leaves have all fallen from the trees and there isn't that much daylight. Isn't it a bit depressing? No. It isn't. It really isn't. This is exactly what I visualized when I was a child. This is the magic fantasy land that I wanted to escape to. And I saw it on a 4x3 CRT television that had to be, you had to change the channels manually. You had to twist the knob on the TV set itself. Remote controls hadn't been invented yet. And it's here, it's real. It's actually real. So before we completely run out of daylight, let's get inside. Let's get the fire going. Let's have a beautiful rainy evening in our Highland cottage. I can't believe I just said that sentence. Life is amazing sometimes. Come on, let's get inside.
Many people around the world dream of returning to the home of their ancestors, the British Isles. At the age of 45, I fulfilled a lifelong ambition and bought my dream home in the Scottish Highlands. My name's Jason, and I live in the far north of Scotland. This is my story. Welcome to the American Highlander.
Good morning. All right, this is the morning after Storm Bram has blown through. It's a very mild day today. It's got to be around 10 degrees. It's December. Like, this is the winter y'all were warning me about? Now, granted, to be fair, it is technically still autumn. Winter doesn't start until the solstice. That's, what, a couple weeks from now, week and a half? But, I mean, you look at photos and video from even a few years ago, it was a heck of a lot colder, snowier, and those days are rapidly evaporating, quite literally. So the trade-off is more milder winters make it easier for more people to live up here. That's a good thing because of the depopulation crisis. I mean, quite honestly, this is about the same as what I grew up with in the San Francisco Bay Area. If you're in the Pacific Northwest of the US, this is probably milder, quite honestly. But the trade-off is you're going to get an increase in Lyme disease because ticks don't die off as easily because we're not getting hard freezes. And on top of that, obviously during the summer months, less snowpack, greater risk of drought, greater risk of fires. Everything's a trade-off. But that's a discussion for later. Let's see how the winter itself actually plays out. Let's inspect the grounds, make sure that there's no real damage. Fingers crossed, hopefully there isn't. I'm hoping that the biggest damage sustained is some dislodged Christmas lights in the wreath here around the door. If that's all I have to worry about after a frackin' hurricane blowing through, I'm pretty happy. Come on, let's take a look around. Okay, I think we dodged a bullet. There's no branches downed anywhere. I think we're fine. Road's not obstructed, no property damage, no trees are downed. That's 3 hurricanes we've gone through this year. No damage at all. God, I love living here. Okay. I'm also expecting a package. Yep, and here it is. Haha. Excellent. This is from today's sponsor. We'll get to that in a second. It's Whiskey 52. It's pretty cool. So this, I'm actually pretty excited about. This is from today's sponsor, Whiskey 52. It's from Beer 52. This is a Scotland-based company. So you know how I feel about this. If you're a Scotland-based company, come on in. Because I'm proud to try to do my part as an immigrant to give back by supporting local businesses throughout Scotland. Now, you might be thinking this is a somewhat unusual choice because if you've watched previous episodes, you know that I have liver disease. But that liver disease is not caused by alcoholism. Quite the opposite, actually. I was teetotal for the first 35 years of my life. I got liver disease by simply just having too much fat on my liver, a problem which a lot of people have these days. But I am losing weight. If you've noticed, I'm slimming down in some of the more recent episodes. And that means that every now and then, I can indulge myself a little bit. Obviously, I have to be careful, but I want to discover what's out there, especially since Scotland, let's face it, is synonymous with whiskey. Granted, Scotland is also synonymous with unicorns, bagpipes, kilts, and a movie in which native son Sean Connery plays a Spaniard wielding a Japanese katana. Anyway, that's all beside the point. You come to Scotland, there are distilleries everywhere, and you're going, all right, where do I begin? Now, like I said, my palate is not necessarily the most cultivated, so I'm not going to sit here and be like, yes, you know, this has a hint of lilac and a dash of sandalwood. It's very, very sophisticated. You wouldn't understand. No. I like whiskey. That's why I'm doing this. I do like the taste of whiskey. It's something that I think everyone, you know, if you're a legal adult and you drink responsibly, it's something that everyone can enjoy and should try, quite frankly. Let's face it, if you're coming to Scotland, you're probably interested in the whiskey scene. And what's great about this is it's actually bringing the whiskey scene to your home, wherever you are. So let's open this up. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do just a little bit of filmmaker indulgence here. Let's get a couple of quick beauty shots on this, just because I like the backlighting right now. Okay, let's try it. We can talk about it all day, but at some point, we gotta see if it's the business. Smells like whiskey. Just a little bit. Yeah, this smells like fun. Snoop Dogg! Oh! Scotland the Brave! It's really good. Oh, and that's going to be a one-take wonder, because if I do any more takes of this, by the time we get to the end of this ad, it's going to be, "Hello, I'm Joan of Arc." Oh, wow. That's fun. Look, if you're still not convinced, you can cancel or pause at any time, but try this for yourself. whiskey52.com/Highlander. Claim your free bottle. Check it out for yourself. And I want a lot of you to do this because I like this sponsor. I like this sponsor quite a lot. Whiskey 52 is our friend. That's whiskey without an E. Yes. We're going to check into a hotel room under an assumed name now. This is actually really good. Ooh! A few more sips of that, I could turn a breathalyzer into a flamethrower. Yeah. Alright, that concludes this sponsor segment. Let's get on with the show. This is really good.
We're now going to shift from whiskey to gin and visit our neighbors, Lizzie and Boban. If you recall, we previously walked the grounds of Dunrobin Castle with Lizzie as she harvested botanicals for their new project, Dunrobin Gin. Many members of the local community here in Golspie have pitched in to help get their new distillery off the ground, and they were kind enough to let me come in and film the process of how they actually bottle the gin that comes out of their still. Their website, DunrobinHighlandDistillery.com, is now live, and they're currently working on being able to sell internationally to the US. Next time you're here in the far north, if you want something from my hometown, come check out what the House of Sutherland has to offer.
There's an old Star Trek episode where some aliens are asking the commander, "Why do you live here?" And he's mentally stuck replaying trauma of the past over and over again, decades later. And they couldn't understand, why do you live here? And that's always stuck with me. Because my generation, Generation X, we're known as the latchkey children. We'd come home to an empty house, let ourselves in, take care of ourselves. Many of my childhood memories involve sitting on the living room floor, surrounded by toys, sure, but no one to play with, no one to talk to. And then when my parents eventually did get home, thanks to my father, it was constant tension, threat of violence, constantly living in fear, walking on eggshells, the smallest thing that might set him off. What that does to a child's brain, decades later, I'm still living there. And I came to this place to build a new life. Leave the burned out hulk of that old house, the past, behind. It's the end of the year 2025. I have my own house now. I have a wife who loves me. I even have a little cat. The pain of the past never goes away. If you stay focused on moving forward, you build your own future. You can make it to a point where you actually look forward to the day. Biography does not equal destiny. It's time to move on.